Good evening, professional wrestling fans. It is your old pal in the mainstream media welcoming you to another happy episode of
the Midweek War.
Hey,
I'm sorry. The Midweek War!
Say it like you mean it, brother.
I know. I got it.
Hey, we do 4 Midweek War podcasts every week. You are lucky because you have found the one about Impact Wrestling. That's right, the home of the TNA Big Board. That's right, folks. Science has given us the means by which to track professional wrestler movement from TNA to question marks or out or hit by a train or Global Force Wrestling.
I love that Hernandez is hit by a train.
I don't know where he went.
He went to go have a beer with Dario Cueto.
Dario Cueto's office. That's just euphemism for hit by a train. There's been some movement this week. I think we'll save it for the end. But Mike, let's just get down and dirty and handle the business at hand the way we always do. Give me one word for Impact Wrestling this week.
Pathetic.
Okay.
Pathetic. I can't. We had 2 Matt Hardy matches this week. We had 2 Drew Galloway matches this week. I don't even know. I
can't even. I know.
How about you, Matt? One word.
My one word is duh. Duh. Jeff Jarrett's going to the TNA Hall of Fame. Duh. Kind of saw that one coming.
And by the way, did you know that induction is next week?
I did. So exciting.
It's not at Bound for Glory.
No.
It's not at their WrestleMania.
No.
It's just on a random Impact that you probably won't see because you'll be out seeing Mission Impossible 3.
4.
Whatever.
5.
Sure.
Right.
8.
Okay.
The one where he's on a plane.
That's the one with the plane. Mike, this might be tricky. Give me something good for this week's Impact Wrestling.
I was able to fast forward through 35 minutes of it.
Which 35 minutes was that?
The repeat portion of our program, Matt Carlins.
Oh, yes, the Hernandez Memorial repeat segment of Impact.
All right, now I have a question. What the hell were they doing with the Beatdown Clan that was going to last a whole King of the Mountain match? What were they doing?
I told you that I'm hoping that this will be revealed after we're clear of Lucha Underground, when we will be subjected to an all Hernandez episode of Impact. And all of these segments will be laid out for us to enjoy.
We're just going to release a special DVD of the Beatdown Clan versus the Wolves, because those are obviously the guys that are clearly absent from this show.
Yep. I hope we do get it, the Lost Angle. That'd be fun.
Oh, no. The Lost Angle is Eric Angle, and he's somewhere under a WWE ring waiting to make his re-debut.
That's right. But first, his brother has to be in the Fed. Anyway, that's tricky. My good, this might seem a little weird to you, but I thought my good thing was Tigre Uno calling out Donald Trump, because it was so much better than I had any hopes for it to be. I thought Tigre Uno was just going to stand in the middle of the ring and kind of do his thing. But no, they did a really nice kind of video. He went to Tijuana. He crossed the border. He walked around with his kids. And then at the end, he was like, oh, by the way, F you, Donald Trump. I challenge you to a match. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
No.
He didn't. He challenged Donald Trump to find a TARDIS and go back in time to when this was filmed.
No, what? Hey, listen. No. You're nitpicking. Come on.
No. I am not nitpicking. First of all, This is a couple weeks late after the comments Trump made. Trump has made way worse comments by now. Secondly, you should have just left this alone. If any wrestling company should be commenting on this, it's Lucha Goddamn Underground. But you know what? They have a wrestling program to put on. So,
in all fairness, their entire season was in the can before Donald Trump started doing stuff. So let's not get too, let's not be too hard on Lucha Underground.
TNA's entire season is in the can. At least now.
This was recorded like 2 weeks ago. I mean, this episode was
recorded longer ago than that.
Maybe a little bit longer, but not that long ago.
When was Slammiversary? It was recorded before Slammiversary.
It wasn't 3 months ago. Let's put it that way.
All right, but
we're trying to look for positives. This was better than it had any credit for being. And you know what?
Okay. I will say it was very well shot.
Did a nice job of actually telling Tigre Uno's story and got you interested in watching it. And then it had this BS thing at the end that really kind of was done just for attention. But in the end, at least you accomplished something by kind of introducing people to Tigre Uno.
I'll give you that. To be fair, it's something that probably should have been done, when Tigre Uno, debuted.
Well, come on.
No, I'm just saying. Has Tigre Uno gotten any character development since he's been on TNA besides this past segment?
Nope.
Exactly my point.
Yep.
Although, I will say this. If the payoff next week, and again, we have not read the spoilers, if the payoff next week is Dewey Barnes in a Donald Trump wig fighting Tigre Uno, I will forgive this entire week of Impact. I will forgive it.
But until then. Let the hate flow.
Yes, exactly. All right, so Matt Carlins, now I know this is going to be difficult. What was your one bad thing this week?
Well, I hate to pick on the announce team.
Ooh.
But damn it, something about Josh Matthews was not working for me this week. And I try to give Josh a chance and kind of hope that he does well. But man, there were some really bad moments for him this week, and most notably was at the very beginning of the show when they have to pretend that the last man standing match has started while they were doing their introduction, and the Pope is like, "Hey, Daddy, look, it started," and Josh is like, this stilted, "Oh yes, I see the last man standing." Oh man, so rough.
Now,
let's try to make this transition work.
Was that a last man standing match? I could have swore it was a street fight.
Street fight. I'm sorry, street fight. Okay. Now you're nitpicking. This has nothing to even do with
my point. I just want clarification. That's all.
Look, a street fight.
Now I have a question about this, Matt Carlins.
Yeah.
If TNA was short for time anyway, where they had to show the entire King of the Mountain match, including entrances, why couldn't we have seen the whole street fight?
This is some sort of choice made, a decision made to perhaps try to make things seem really exciting at the beginning of the show, like the action had picked up was going so hot and heavy. But the problem is, you see, you need your play-by-play man to convey actual excitement. And this seems to be something that our friend Josh is struggling to convey. Excitement? Please be excited. I want Don West back. I want excitement. I don't care how much he lied to me, Mike. I just want to be excited. Give me excitement.
To be fair, I don't blame Josh for not being excited.
Well, if he's not going to be excited to get the F out and get me Mike Tenay, who can at least fake it better.
Mike Tenay is very good at acting like he's impressed with TNA. He's very good at that job. He's been doing it for 10 years.
Enough piling on. I feel really bad piling on to announcers, but it's just... And you know what? There's a dearth of subpar wrestling announcing going on in our world right now. And I don't know.
Mhm.
All I know is that the nice man who calls New Japan Professional Wrestling is a better wrestling announcer than Josh is, and I don't even understand what the nice man in New Japan is saying, but he screams, and I like it. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Mike, is it possible for you to single out a single bad thing about this episode of Impact?
Well, let's see. I've already talked about the fact that we had 2 Matt Hardy matches on the show. I will.
But in fairness, that second one was Hernandez's fault.
No. All right. We're not going to get into this now.
No, we're not going to do this.
Hernandez's fault.
I'm just making a joke, just a little joke.
I know, but God damn it, the man's got to get paid. I don't blame Hernandez
twice.
at all.
Double dipping.
He wanted to Rick Rude this shit. He wanted to Rick Rude this motherfucker, and I don't.
He wanted to Rick Rude this for like a month straight. He's going like a Rick Rude times 4. Rick Rude cubed.
Rick Rude cubed.
Rude cubed.
I think. All right. Roo. Rick Rude.
Maybe that's right. Help me out, math guys.
My bad is Gail Kim.
Okay.
Gail Kim. I will say this. I like Taryn Terrell. I like the Dollhouse. The only thing that kept me from turning off this show, because it didn't have EC3 this week. Like, I even tweeted EC3. I said, if EC3 is not on this show, I'm canceling my Destination America subscription. And he responded. He said, I'll be back. I'm like, well, okay.
I'll be back. He didn't say I'll be on. I'll be back.
I think he said I'll be back next week. I'm like, all right, fine.
Like Santa.
A 1 week reprieve. But without Ethan Carter, this show's in trouble. Gail Kim, why are you suddenly a ninja?
She's like doing like Undertaker crap in there, man. She's
Sabu.
She's teleporting. She is Sabu, but you can also lock cages. That's Undertaker, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Taking this thing to another level.
And here's my thing. Why wouldn't Gail want the Knockouts title?
It's complicated.
In other words, they didn't think of a reason yet. Got it. Okay.
This has not been thought through.
Yeah, but apart from all of the other bad things, just the live stuff they did have just wasn't very good. It was not very good at all. Like, all right, Matt Carlins, what would be the one, if you could change one thing this week, what would it be?
We've said this multiple times already, but I will state this as my change for this week, and then we'll move on. Get EC3 on this damn show. I don't care how you have to do it. Put up tweets. Get them on a Vine. I don't care what you have to do. Get my champion on this show. Please bring back EC3.
I would love to hear EC3 give a rebuttal to Tigre Uno. Like, in support of Donald Trump. Because, of course, he would support Donald Trump.
It does make sense.
And plus, you can have a champion versus champion storyline over Mexico. That would be amazing. It would be amazing. You want to bring me in, TNA? Sign me the fuck up for that.
I don't think you'd get paid, but maybe they can use you, Mike.
You know what? That one's free. That one, Dixie, I know you're watching. You Google everything. Your Twitter is all over the place. Ethan Carter versus Tigre Uno for the integrity of Mexicans. Please make this occur.
Trump on a pole match.
Trump on a pole match. Oh my God, it writes itself. It writes itself. The
problem is they have these writers who are getting in the way. They would just let it write itself. What else happened this week?
My one change.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me your change.
My change. Last week we introduced a new matchmaker in charge. Bully Ray, not the best option. Not the best option, but an option. A matchmaker. This week, we had a street fight between two men who are no longer feuding. We had a chain match with two people who are not feuding, have no reason to feud. And we had a tables match with two people who kind of sort of had a match for a number one contendership that I don't think either one of them deserves. How about, and this is, off the top of my head, if you need to fill time, you have your matchmaker, you have Bully Ray, come into studio with Josh and with Pope, and you have a sit down, and you have Bully Ray explain why these matches are happening tonight. Yeah, I mean, I pray for logic in wrestling, and Jesus Christ, this show had none of it. Absolutely none of it.
Yes. Speaking of logic, yeah, fill up everything else that happened here real quick. James Storm has found a girl that will fight alongside him. She is not on the big board, so I had to create a new sticker for Serena.
I will say this: Serena needs to avoid wrestling cults.
I won't argue with that.
I feel bad for her.
I need to make some room under the TNA column. Somebody's got to go. Oh, look.
Oh, wait. Matt. I know who can go.
It would be really convenient if someone had left the company within the last week.
Oh, Matt. It just so happens someone did leave the company this past week.
Oh, is his name and initials?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Where should we put him? In the out?
Oh, let's put him hit by a train because
he wasn't hit by a train. Let's not.
No, Matt. Because of that word he said on television, I think he needs to be under hit by a train.
I'm going to put him under out, and if he does it again, we'll put him under hit by a train. That opens up a spot for Serena. Goes in here.
By the way, the person we're talking about, if you cannot see the big board, is the leader of the Beatdown Clan, MVP. So, if TNA filmed an angle where the Beatdown Clan won the tag titles from the Wolves, it's so great. It never happened.
Nope.
Nothing.
What else do we have this week?
I heard Kenny King was also thinking about leaving too.
Where's Kenny?
Yeah, he's up there. He's right under Brooke. But I don't blame him because I don't think they get paid if their segments don't show up on TV.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Again, I do not know specifics. But
well, I know that some of these, the thing that's making this thing even more difficult right now, the thing that's making the big board, I'm going to center it up here so everyone sees. The thing that's making this difficult right now is that you can't really be away from a computer for too long, and you start to hear about some of the matches that are starting to happen again. And you find out that people in some of these other columns are sneaking their way back into TNA to like nitpick matches. So these guys are all guys like Aries and Rude, even though they appear to be going somewhere else, they keep bouncing back to TNA to have more matches. So like this question mark column is going to start to fill up, I think, next week, because it's not going to make any sense because we're going to go who's aligning where. And I knew this was going to be an issue once we got into this global force thing. It's going to get all effed up now, and it is indeed a mess.
Yeah, TNA is just a total mess. Oh, and we didn't even mention Eli Drake had a promo.
Yeah.
Now remember, the Rising, this huge, life-changing stable, the Rising, that had less than a half hour on camera time in a match together, is now something we apparently have to care about.
I have a soft spot in my heart for Galloway, so I'm going to let this thing play out.
Okay.
Mike, we like to rank the 4 shows in the midweek.
We do.
Where do you rank Impact? I'll go first.
Okay.
I have Impact at number 3.
Okay.
Nowhere close to number 2. Like, if Impact is Earth, number 2 is that near Earth, that like clone Earth that the Kepler Space Telescope found. That's number 2. Okay, that's how far away it is.
Okay,
but it's number 3.
All right. I have TNA at number 5 this week.
Okay.
The dreaded number 5. No. I can't even words about TNA anymore. Like, I almost stopped watching. I almost just turned it off and said I should just put on Sharknado. I almost did. Because that had a wrestler on it. I could have talked about that this week.
So Sharknado was number 4. Is that what you're suggesting?
Sharknado starring Shark Boy is number 4.
Okay.
Because I'm sure at one point there was a little boy that got attacked by a shark, so it looked like Shark Boy.
Excellent.
Yes.
I guess that does it. I guess we've done it. We updated the big board. We're trying to. I try not to go overboard with moving stuff around on here. Let's wait until we know something. So we know MVP left. So we moved MVP.
This is
I know a lot of you guys are.
We have to wait until next week to see if you have to add Donald Trump to the TNA side.
That's a good point. And I know a lot of people are yelling at me, or probably yelling at me because they see guys in columns that don't make sense based on tapings that either have happened or will happen. Just chill out. We'll take it one step at a time. This is a scientific process.
We'll allow it.
It's all about tracking patiently, and you follow along with us. And if you're only listening to us with your ear holes, you should subscribe to us on YouTube via the Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube channel, so you could see the TNA Big Board in all its glory.
Yes.
And in
Matt Carlins is depriving his children of art projects for the TNA Big Board.
My children haven't colored in weeks, and it's okay because this needs to happen. This is important, not the other stuff. Anyway, we really need you guys out there to subscribe to the Midweek War podcast. We make 4 of these. We split them up so you can decide what you want to listen to, NXT, Lucha, anything like that. So go check it out. Thanks for coming this far and listening to the entire show. Go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com, subscribe so you never miss an episode. And, I almost gave you your cue, but I wanted to give Mad Mike a chance to just say goodbye or mention anything that maybe we have forgotten, Mike.
If you're watching Impact, stop. Just stop. I mean, we're gonna watch it for you, so you don't have to. We'll let you know if there's anything worthwhile. At this point, I don't expect there to be. Just cancel Destination America. At this point, you don't need to see Pitmasters.
No, yeah.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. One more thing I have to mention. I forgot the one really, really, really good thing about Impact. The one really good thing.
What's that?
Josh Matthews was going to throw to a Pitmasters segment with Christy Hemme. And Terrence Rell said, no, fuck that. And pushed the grill over and pushed Christy out of the way. That was the saving grace of Impact for me this week. That was amazing.
Go check it out, folks.
Yes.
And enjoy that moment.
And come back next week when we'll talk more about Impact on the Midweek War.